go more to the science part. I take chemistry class. I took bio too, and I hated to because so many words to memorize. But at the end, and I also talked to a lot of people, especially talk to professor, talk to a lot of friends, and then it kind of like bump here and bump there, and I kind of like mechanical engineer because I can make things and make things works. If I want, I can just have a bunch of wood and start, drill some hole, make a chair, make a table. So that's why I decided mechanical engineer. And the reason I choose to San Jose because one, it's close to home. Two, close to downtown. Three, we have a really good engineering program. But also San Jose have a lot of different departments that's really outstanding. For example, the filming, animation filming is pretty big here. Also the business, because as you know, there's a lot of company here. All the startup company, it's good to have idea, but it's also good to have really good like sales team, so able to push your idea out to market. Did I cover everything? Yeah, I feel I'm missing something.
Your major, why you're passionate about it?
Oh, so I'm passionate about mechanical engineering because first of all, it's fun. Like when you have a group of people just sitting in one room and start typing computer, talking, and then yelling at each other. It's kind of fun, especially like 2 o'clock in the morning. You're in this quiet room and everyone's cramming for exam. Difficult exam definitely, and then just like, well, it's kind of fun environment. Just like order like pizza delivered to your house and just study more. I kind of enjoy what was my study, my education, and more than like what I did. It's just like fun to be in the environment I've studied with friends, and also like what you build. Like last semester in my mechatronic class, we built an automated pill dispenser. So you'll pick up the pill and drop it off at the time you want it. It's pretty fun, We use a microcontroller, wiring, motor, sensor, vacuum pump, all those stuff. So that's what mechanical engineering do. Do you get how many of you guys doing engineering or science related? Really?
There were more earlier. I think they maybe did their own tour. There
Oh.
were 1 or 2 earlier too.
Now who's doing business? Cool, business.
Business is actually really good here.
Yeah, there's a lot of big companies that always asking for people. I think last week there's a Lockheed Martin. Have you guys heard about the company called Lockheed? It's a military contractor of U.S.
I work with NASA a lot.
Yeah. So last time they just have a panel, not panel, but like info section, and they said they're looking for people who's in business and finance because all the engineer in order to make the project happen is not only have engineer but also have money, and then engineering project costs a lot of money. Sometimes one missile is like $1 billion for a missile. So they tell us that they really need like financial or business person able to help them to get the money to support the engineering do the project they're doing. Yeah. So definitely like the business here, finance here is really big because it's just so many company. And also it's a really good place, as they say, it's a really good place of networking. You go to the bar, you probably talk to someone, they're engineer or some work at some cool places and you start talking to them. Yeah.
That actually happened to me once.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions for? Yes, sir.
Yeah. So computer engineering, what do you do your course like?
So essentially, it's a electrical engineer and a software engineer combined in one. So you take like hardware courses and software courses.
Like what, like robots?
Yeah, like it's like digital design, operating systems, algorithms.
Oh.
So
it's like computer.
it's kind of like computer science, but you do a lot of the hardware as well, like with like microcontrollers and programming, like I guess like robots and like that.
So which major like in college of computer science?
I took a lot of the computer science courses, but that's the thing. Like you have to focus on what school you want to go to because a lot of the classes that I took at COM didn't transfer here, so I'm like retaking them, which is not bad because like I already know the material. But you could have probably transferred a little sooner if I didn't have to take those courses.
It's almost time for me to ask one last question, and hopefully that's last minute questions from you guys too. What would you say are some of the most important resources to students, either as they're making their way through this transition to transferring process, or after they've transferred? You can choose which one you think you want to talk about, but what are some of the most important resources for students to take advantage of to assist them in getting their bachelor's degree? Or what were some of the most